What's up, YouTube? Dan the Yakuza Man coming in with the final game of the month, the continuation / return of the Dragon of Dojima, Kiryu. As a self-reported side game, the game is much easier to complete and to platinum too. So let's get into it. Naturally, I will be playing on the game's highest difficulty setting because I am not a poser. So, we're resuming with Kiryu after the events of Yakuza 6. Kiryu has gone into hiding after faking his death in order to protect all of the kids at the orphanage. This game also runs parallel to the rebranding of the series to Like a Dragon, and has a bit of a crossover toward the end. Neat. I guess due to being a side game, a lot of the completion requirements aren't in this one, so you don't need to master Mahjong, Hanafuda, Shogi, and several Sega Classic arcade games. These games are all still here and can be played, but they're more of a fun aside rather than an arduous completion requirement. Combat has been greatly condensed into two styles, broadly speaking: Daidoji and Yakuza. Daidoji plays like a crowd control style, focusing on using gadgets to thin the herd, while Yakuza style is more suited to the bosses and mini-bosses via 1v1, using a best-of remix of the Rush, Brawler, Beast, and Dragon styles. The game also has a bit of a lock on progression, as several abilities to invest in yourself are locked behind chapter and story requirements, which isn't that big of a deal. This does mean that Joryu, Kiryu's terrible alias, starts off feeling weak and out of practice and shape, but ends up turning into a crazy beast towards the end. One of the new mechanics introduced is that in either style, if you time the focus dodge maneuver perfectly while the enemy is using their own super, you will use a super counter to stop the attack, take no damage, and perform a highly damaging counterattack. Once 5 of these have been performed, the first trophy will pop. We get introduced to our main support cast of Hanawa, a Daidoji agent who is basically our handler, Tsuruno, a Yakuza family head and member of the Omi Alliance, and Shishido, an enforcer under Tsuruno. After the Daidoji gets set up, we encounter the Yakuza who want to use Kiryu for one last job, using the head of the Yakuza and the Omi Alliance to disband the Yakuza for good. These Yakuza aren't playing around either, because they know just where to hit Kiryu where it hurts. Hanawa and the orphanage. After the Yakuza kidnap Hanawa, we get our next goal and get introduced to the game's stomping grounds, Sotenbori, getting the trophy for clearing Chapter 1. We get introduced to the new head of the homeless here in Sotenbori, a lady named Akame. She is the support character of the cast, who helps us as an information broker. She, or more accurately, her network, is the source of the mini-missions and side stories of majority of the game. We'll be spending a lot of time with her and doing her dirty work, like the first story task of helping out extorted homeless people. During this free roam, I also checked off an easy trophy by playing all of the arcade games in the Sega Arcade. Man, it feels so weird to see Sonic the Fighters getting so much love after all these years. As I progressed through the story, I also got the trophies for using the Spider and Hornet gadgets enough times in combat, along with doing 10 of the mini quests. Then, I also got the trophy for using the Firefly gadget enough times, and then another for using Extreme Heat Mode enough times. See, Akame is also using us for the game's other hub, the Castle, an offshore shipping container vessel for the wealthy and powerful, home to gambling and the Colosseum. The Colosseum is going to be the bane of this playthrough, where there's a lot of missions to clear, and is useful for getting a ton of cash in a hurry. Once we clear enough story fights, we get cleared to silver rank, netting us a trophy. Continuing the story for a better chance at finding Hanawa, during the combat I got a trophy for using the Serpent gadget enough times, and then complete Chapter 2 by finding and rescuing Hanawa, and then having to make sure that Tsurano escapes as well. Chapter 3 starts off with a twist. Tsurano came back to not only rescue Kiryu, but also convince the Daidoji to support the dissolution. Of course, 50 billion yen in assets goes a long way towards convincing a group. Yeah, that's how much it took to make everyone pals. Once we have some free reign, it's important to check out the hideout here, because there's another easy trophy to get, by playing 5 different games on the Sega Master System. The console starts off with 4, and one of these games is found easily in the castle. So glad we just need to play them once, not clear them or get insane high scores. I also had enough funds to unlock 10 abilities for a trophy. And for one of the side quests, obtaining 7 golden balls, with a trophy gotten for getting the first one, and another for completing 30 of the mini missions. We can't actually progress in the story until we have gotten to gold rank in the Colosseum. This means leveling the Akame network up and completing enough Colosseum fights to rank up. I then proceeded to get 20 level up abilities, played a couple of games at the castle's casino and gambling hall, and finally got to gold rank. Shortly after, I got a double whammy for playing 10 mini-games and singing a duet at karaoke with Akame, then could finally clear Chapter 3 with a new primary antagonist, the head of the castle, Homari Nishitani III. Though we get temporarily run out of the castle. So, Chapter 4 has us trying to figure out how to get Nishitani to remove him in order to let the dissolution go smoothly. We first get a ton of money and go around partying it up with Tsurano and Shishido. Then taking some time to focus on some other trophies in the Colosseum, like throwing an enemy into the river with the Spider gadget, winning a game of darts, completing a one-shot challenge on normal, getting 30 abilities in the level ups, reaching 1,000 fans at the Colosseum, recruiting 10 members to the Joryu clan, reaching 30,000 fans, getting 15 outfit items, getting 10 types of equipment, which I can't believe didn't pop sooner, completing 5 requests for Akame, getting 30 items from the coin lockers, getting 50 abilities, completely bonding with Akame, completing 10 requests for Akame, getting to platinum rank at the castle, completing a total of 15 requests for Akame, including the Golden Balls quest to get a shit ton of healing items along with cash and points, recruiting 20 members to the Joryu clan, winning 3 rival matches in Pocket Circuit, which, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot both how fun and how tedious this minigame was, as well as unlocking the Masters Circuit, completing a total of 50 mini-missions, getting 30 total outfit items, and then 50 total outfit items, then finally beating all of the Coliseum matches with a silver rank, getting 10,000 fans, and then finally took down the first of the 4 kings, who wasn't that hard. The fucker's just a fat clown that loves to grandstand. I should note here, I unlocked what is supposed to be the best ability in Yakuza, the Tiger Drop. Yes, the Tiger Drop is an amazing counter that negates all damage and does a shit ton to the opponent. This ability should be great, but instead it sucks ass because they changed the fucking timing again and made it very inconsistent. Not to fucking mention, there are many other moves that for some fucking reason are stronger. Then it was time to fight the second of the 4 kings, who was also kinda easy. The third king, however, is one of the 3 walls of the game that fucked with me. This third king is an annoyingly long fight with people that have way too much health. He has too much health. We have a tight time limit. And the fucker has a special move that can one-shot you. Yeah, he's annoying. So I had to take the time to max out the bonds with some members, complete all gold rank matches, and get more stats, recruiting 30 members and reaching 30,000 fans. Only after all of that could I take down the third king, and then the fourth king was a goddamn pushover, being pathetically easy. Then it was time to clear out the final platinum matches, which was a chore, and then fight the last group to unlock the super box, who is the next and hardest wall. This team fight has the same bullshit as the third king, with annoyingly tough enemies, multiple cheap one-shot attacks, and the damage dealt doesn't properly compute. This fight took forever and multiple tries, even with one of the best possible team setups all maxed out. This, I think, was the hardest wall of the game for me. Once this fucker goes down, the true super boss appears, Guy Amon. This fucker is annoying as the heat actions become less useful as he gains resistance, and his drones will heal him and lower the damage that you deal. For a large portion of this fight, the optimum thing to do is run around until you summon enough of your drones to remove his. This fight isn't anywhere near as hard as either Hell Team fight, but it is still kinda tricky. Once he goes down, you get an amazing equipment item and the game becomes a breeze. I wrapped things up with the 5 host club and erotica scenes from both cabarets for the last 2 trophies, and then could focus on finishing the game. After finding where Nishtani is hiding, we take him down in a cakewalk fight, but even though Kiryu wants to save him, Shishido appears to have slain Nishtani. Moving on to the endgame now, Surano apologizes to us, and we unite with the head Yakuza and prepare to dissolve the Omi alliance. However, Shishido has betrayed us, and somehow Nishtani is alive too. We have some easy fights, take them both down, and see a flash of the concurrent events from the Like a Dragon game. Shishido shows up once more and is the lackluster final boss. There's a lot of spectacle, but the fight itself is easy, especially compared to, say, Majima in other games of the series, or even the other hard fights in this game. Once he goes down, the Daidoji make their move to recruit and brainwash the Yakuza rebels for their own end. We then get to Kiryu's reward, seeing how all of the kids at the orphanage, Haruto, etc., have all been growing up, becoming great people, and a scene that tugged not only at Kiryu's heartstrings, but my own as well, seeing how well the people we worked so hard to save have grown up. I shed just as many tears as Kiryu, seeing that all the work that we did paid off. Kiryu then gets to go traveling, and even visits Hawaii. With that, the game is platinumed. Overall, this game was fun. It had some good music, the typical Yakuza charm, the wealth of side activities, and everything you'd come to expect from this great game series. It's certainly easier to complete than most other games in the franchise, and was a welcome change of pace, though the combat felt worse than most other entries in the series. The game's platinum is a 3 out of 10 for difficulty, and naturally I did myself no favors by playing on the hardest difficulty. As for the patented Dan the Ranking Man scale, the game gets an 82 out of 100, due to some of the tediousness and cheapness of some of the encounters, and still quite a lot of busy work to do for the platinum. Plus that stupid trophy for throwing someone into the river. I had fun with this game, and let me know if you want to see me do other games in the franchise. With that, this month is a resounding mission complete! Stay tuned to see what February has in store. Like, subscribe, hype the video, comment down below which boss you think was the hardest in this game or was the hardest in other games of this series. And remember, only losers don't sing along to Baka Mitai. Dame dame, dame yo, dame nano yo. Anta ga suki de suki sugite, dore dake suyo sake demo yugamanai omoide ga baka mitai.